What's up guys, and welcome to another Reklez Suspension Works video. I know I have been missing out on the videos for probably about 2 years now, and we're hoping to get back on it again. We apologize for the big delay on doing videos. We have been super busy at the shop. So many things have happened throughout the years that we have been off on YouTube, but we're back. We're trying to show you a quick video of what we got going on today. All right guys, today we're going to be working on this single cab, this cat eye. We're going to be doing a 5.7 drop on 22-inch wheels. So this is the starting height that we have, completely factory. It doesn't even have shackles or anything like that. So we're going to go from this to this. So for the front end, we went ahead and installed the replacement shock from the factory shock, which is the Beltec Street Performance shock. You can see that there. Then we also did the 3-inch spring by McGaughy's, and then the spindle, you can see part of it right here. That's the 2-inch drop spindle, 3-inch spring, gives us a total of 5. Anything lower than a 4, you need to replace the shocks, which we did again with Beltec Street Performance. Now, I want to point something out. If you see the stud, let me see if I can get to it. The stud there, you know, it might look like there's no nut, but McGaughy's, let me see if I can angle that. See, you can see the nut. It's tightened up and it's up there. McGaughy's designed their spindle to have the nut actually go inside the spindle, so which I think is pretty neat. I think McGaughy's makes a great product, and I know somebody pointed out, a couple of people pointed out another video that we use McGaughy spindles, excuse me, we forgot to put the upper ball joint nut, but no, it is on there. It's just difficult to see. So I just wanted to point that to you guys, and this pretty much takes care of both sides. Of course, we do the same thing, spindle, springs, and shocks for both sides in the front. Now, quickly moving to the back, we went ahead with the usual suspects. We're using a flip kit, C-notch, bump stops, rear shocks. And as you guys that follow our channel already know, we're going to be doing the C-notch welded in. We're going to do the flip kit, which puts the leaf springs underneath the rear end. You already know about those. Those are leaf springs. C-notch gets painted and protected against rust. We also used a red bump stop, as you can see in the video as well. Last piece to the drop is the drop shackles. Now they have 2 selections. You can do a 1-inch or a 2-inch drop. By putting it at the lower selection closest to the ground, that gives you a 1-inch drop, and the top will give you the 2 inches worth of drop. Since we're doing a 5.7, we went ahead and put it at the bottom selection. Here's another quick view of the shocks, also the flip kit, bump stops, and C-notch. However, I want to show you a step that's real important whenever you do the 5.7 on these trucks. Let me show you that real fast. So when you do the 5.7 drop, the differential, the pumpkin there, will hit the bottom part of the bed rail. So you have to trim a small section of it, just measure out the width, and then just mark it, and then cut it out. So that's what we had to do to make sure that the pumpkin doesn't hit the bottom bed rail. If we were doing an underbed notch, then of course we would have removed the bed rail completely. Check out the new stands after the drop kit has been installed. Of course, no drop kit can be complete without an alignment, so we went ahead and put it up on our machine. Make sure the numbers look right. Now we're going to go ahead and see how it looks outside the shop. There you have it guys, the 5.7 drop came out great. Truck looks nice. You can buy this exact kit on our website at www.reklez.com. And as always, thank you for watching. God bless. We'll see you on the next video.